Alright, everything should be working. Should be connecting to the YouTube algorithm and all that fun stuff. And figuring out how to dispose of a puffed up lithium battery. How do I do that? Hi! Hey! So, Aiden. When working on the flying MP3 player and trying to resolder a broken connection, I may or may not have accidentally touched the battery with this. And it may or may not have made a really loud hiss and the battery puffed up. Now, that being said, do you have any idea how to dispose of a danger pillow? This battery is now maybe just the teensiest tiny bit has the possibility to burst into flames. Like, it didn't break. It didn't break. It's just I don't know how to dispose of a battery that might explode. Listen, I've had fire extinguisher. Okay, so I have water. Wait, water and those things don't mix. Oh, wait. Oh, no. So what I'm thinking is maybe for the time being, I leave it alone and I just push it a little bit away from me. Where it doesn't explode on me, you know? Like, that's the least we can do at the moment, right? We just let the danger pillow calm down a little bit. And we angle it away from me. There we go. And then we tilt the stream and set everything up and plug in the yeah, I have an Oculus. It takes forever to download or do anything. Like, if I try and download a video game with my internet, it will literally take 2 days. Like, that's not even a joke. For VR, you know, like VR chat and stuff, to load a world, it takes me like 2 hours. So that's fun. Grab the camera. I don't know who Lamar Jackson is, mate. So I have a problem. There's a battery. Where am I from? I'm from the U.S. When trying to solder a flying MP3 player, I may have nicked the battery. And now the battery is able to explode at some point. So, if anybody knows how to dispose of a lithium battery properly, do tell. Am I a boy or a girl? I'm an enigma. No one will ever know. Is this thing stopped being heated up? Hold on. Where's the testing block? I need the testing block. Not the animatronic eyes. I need there's the wooden block. Let you check. All right. Thank you, Aiden. An OG viewer is about to come to my rescue. Because I would rather not burst into flames from a lithium battery. That doesn't sound fun. I'm a level. We like building and making stupid things, but I think I might need to purchase a face shield and a fire extinguisher. That would be a very smart purchase for me. Because I mostly make, like, yeah, this problem before. Buddy, I'm not going to open that. Let me explain what happened. When I was firing, it nicked it, it hissed, and then it expanded rapidly. I'm not touching that. So we're just gonna push it further away. Because, listen, we make dumb and irresponsible inventions here. Here, you found it? Alright, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Aiden. Now with this, see, also, hi, you guys joined at an interesting time today. For for the people who are new here, who have joined with me having a battery that is probably going to explode, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the community. I make my viewers ideas and like inventions and stuff, and we make goofy little machines and things that shouldn't be made. And one of the projects we have, which is the first project, is a cosplay of a TV head that is being upgraded with the viewers' like electronic ideas over time. One of the first ideas that we've implemented is a chest-mounted speaker in which, when I put this thing on, actually no, this kind of probably will work as a decent face shield if this thing does blow. Welcome to the live stream to any new people. Hi. Let me look. All right, read your comment about it. Yeah. Let me click on. It's not showing. It's not showing, Aiden. You know what? I have an idea. Now, it could burst into flames, but realistically, if we just covered it up in a sealed container when it blows up, it shouldn't go everywhere, and if it's a see-through container, we can see what's going on, right? So, I'm going to find a see-through container. I'm going to grab a cup of, I don't know, because fire normally needs oxygen, so maybe if it tries to do that, and we just cut off all the oxygen, we should be fine, because that's how a fire extinguisher works. It's carbon, you know? So realistically, if I just use my chemical glove, which is made specifically to deal with toxic materials like chemicals and acids and stuff, and then we just gently remove the battery from its location. Yeah, there, yep, that pretty puffed up. And then we take a blade and slice the connection points where it's connected to the circuit board. Oh god, this is terrifying. Okay, and then we grab it. This is our danger pocket. I'm holding this away from my face. I don't even want to be holding this thing because that's a horrible idea. And then, hi Devin, so I accidentally made a bomb. Well, not a bomb, but a battery that can burst into flames at any moment. So, we are kind of just preparing for the worst case scenario. We see what happened was I was trying to solder the flying MP3 player, right? And reconnect it. And then my hand shook and accidentally touched the lithium battery that is attached to the circuit board. Now, we're going to put it inside of this coffin. We have a little tiny metal coffin that I have for a situation like this, and I just remembered that I had it. And we're going to gently and safely lift this little device of doom, pain, and despair, and then seal it away forever. Okay, so now that we have it sealed away, this is our hot pocket of doom. It's inside. We're gonna set that away. Yeah. Like the stream if you enjoy the chaos. Wow. Man. You know, I really didn't expect to accidentally end up doing this today. I'm a level. I had it set up where it wouldn't. To dispose of a battery that might explode. Puncture or crush the battery. Now, we stored it in a container. And it should be fireproof because it's metal and it's held shut. So by winging it, we did it correctly. So that's good. Good news. We're not going to blow up now. Now we just have a coffin of doom and despair. A little tiny hot pocket of corrosive and flammable hate is just sitting in a little tiny coffin right there. And we're just going to push that a little bit further away from me. Just a little bit further. And then we will dispose of it properly after stream. In which I'm going to dig a hole and bury it like I did an egg from a previous experiment. So, now that we've handled that situation properly, how's everybody doing? Is everybody doing well? Welcome to the live stream. You know, today's live stream is just supposed to be some light tinkering, a little bit of fun. And immediately, we started it off with a hazardous waste facility. Okay. Now I'm going to level with you. They don't have those around here. In fact, I live so far in the middle of nowhere that the closest waste facility we have is a dump, in which they also bury the trash under the ground. So, yeah. We could just like make it like a concrete tomb, so if it does do something like that, it won't spread any fire. Actually, that's really smart. Because like I have some cinder blocks and stuff I can like build up around the little metal coffin. Alright, crisis averted, we're good. We're good. I have the idea. Anyway. I can barely read. This thing's like so far away. But yeah, how is everybody doing? Is everybody doing well? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Subscribe to the chaos, chat. I'm going to grab my soldering kit and kind of just set it all right there. Man. Wow. Man. Good. Yes. Yes. With all those O's, yes. It is good with exactly as many O's as you just typed. I have to use the bathroom. I will be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we're doing better now. We're doing all good. Everything's calm now. Everything's peaceful. As it should be. All good. We've achieved inner peace, and we've disposed of the explosive battery. I got rid of it. I took it with me. Don't worry. I set it with over there, and then I took it with me when I left. So everything is all good. Everything's great. Now, Does anybody have any suggestions that does not involve a flying drone? I would love to hear them. Anybody? These are just like permanently magnetic. Alright. Put my hat right here. Gonna put this thing on just because I can. Ow! Ow! Everything is just out to get me today. I'm gonna level. Everything just wants to attack me. Like the battery, my equipment, my soldering iron. Now that could be just because of an accident drone though, so that could also be the case, but I'm gonna blame it on everything being out to get me instead, because, yeah. What do we have? We scroll. You got none? I see. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Yep. You know, funny enough, you sent that message so much that I had to scroll to get to, like, your newest message. So, yeah. Oh, we're at 3 likes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, I guess that just means we either sit down and we start designing, or we, like, I don't know. You guys, what do we feel like doing today? Do we want to do a design stream, like a discussion where we talk? Yeah. You just check the chat? Yeah. It's a lot of good. Yeah, it was very, very good that we disposed of the explosive battery. Very, very good. We got Daps here. We got everybody vibing, you know. Oh, there's my other hair tie that I was missing. Let me put that right there. Is the GoPro still on? No, let me power it off. Since we don't really know what we're doing yet. See, because I had the idea of using the drone parts to make something, but since they mysteriously almost detonated, I feel a lot less confident about making the drone. Unless we wire it into like the AA battery that attaches to. Wait a minute. We could do that. We could solder it into the same connection on the MP3 player where the battery slides into place. And in theory, we should be able to power both with that same AAA. Hold on. Music that comes from TV Head. We could do that. We could do that. But then I would need some more parts. But I just had I had a nefarious idea. Now I said, you know, that I didn't feel good about continuing to work on the drone. But, and this is a big but, with the explosive battery now out of the picture, we could, in theory, like, work on the connection now. Like, more safely than we were before. So, that's what I think I'm going to end up doing, because now we can just, like, instead of having, like, the case, you know, the MP3 player case, we could just have it, like, attached to the circuit board, you know? Because that is always our option. Also, I like being able to talk like this, because it just makes me feel, it makes me feel powerful. I need a louder one. Even though this is, like, one of the loudest ones you can get, because it's from an antique. It's good. It's good. Yeah, I think I'll write down music that comes from the TV Head on the idea list. Let me do that real quick. Music. that comes from TV head. Like I could, like in the future, I could have multiple different TV head monitors that I can swap to, you know, like a second one or something. And with the second one, I could have like speaker holes put on the side so I could play music. You get what I mean? I gotta power this off. I don't want to lose my battery. By the way, is everybody doing well? Is everybody having a lovely day? Where's my I love how I said I changed my mind about soldering, and now I'm immediately going back to it. It's addictive. I think the lead fumes that I inhale whenever I mess with this, they're addicting. I must inhale more lead. It calls to me. It's like the call of the void. Yeah. Anyway, you scroll, make sure everything's working again. Yep, everything should be working. All right. Now with that, I do want to use my razor now. Where did I put the razor? There it is. And I want to scrape away the old solder that was on the circuit board, because that's the spot that stopped working, because I think it burnt up. So we are going to do that. By the way, how's everything going? I already said that probably. I don't know. Oh well. I personally feel like there's no harm if I say it again. Now, I must grab the circuit board from this thing, opening this up again. My room is a mess of electronic parts. There's no battery back here. Oh, thank goodness. Let's see if we can meet any new people today. Remember, if you enjoy your time here, remember to like the stream. Helps a lot. Boosts us in the algorithm, gets more people brought here. Makes me look good. And just overall, nothing but positives from liking the stream. Doesn't really do nothing. At least, like, I think it takes, like, a singular calorie of energy to move the thumb. Anyway, I'm just yapping while I'm disassembling this to make it fly. Because we're gonna have to make some compromises with the design, which I didn't want to, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. Alright, hold on. I gotta make Carl the flying MP3 player. Can I like get that screw up? Yep, there we go. Should be able to take this out and then push on the back. There we go. now if I use a singular drop of super glue. First, let me check my battery. Step over everything. All right. Yeah, I think we can do this. And I'm thinking we can like super glue this little like screen in place. Where's the super glue at? There it is. That's the wrong way. There we go. Might be too much, might be too little. Don't know. But we check. Oh, it looks perfectly fine when I power it up, so I guess it works. So far, my only issue is this battery is very dead. Like, that's the only issue I've run into. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. All right. We got the screen working. So that's good. We're going to be the play key. Oh, it's labeled on the circuit board. Okay. Welcome. It works. You guys can't really see it, but it works. I can just like, yeah. All right, sick. We got it working. Now, with that, I'm thinking I can somehow manage to connect this to the bottom. Yeah, that works. That works. All right. Alrighty. Alright, so YouTube, we have an update. We're going to be using just the circuit board of the MP3 player. Because in theory that should be light enough to lift it. Live stream's doing decent. We're doing good. So I'm gonna have this playing while I do the boring soldering stuff. The boring bits. So maybe I can like be like, oh my god, yeah, look guys, soldering ASMR or whatever. It's just anxiety from a hot, like iron. It's literally what this is. I gotta put on my glasses. I gotta put on my funky little glasses that I wear when I solder. Gotta put on my what is it, like John Lemon glasses or whatever. Hold on, I gotta power this up too. I don't want to lose the lighting ring, so I unplugged something else. There we go, pink color. There we go. We got the like the John Lemon glasses. You know, for a second I thought I was muted. I thought I muted everything. I was like, oh no. All right, Everything should be functioning properly. Yep, it is. Well, it should be. Let me scroll a little bit. All right. Yep. Now I got the we got my soldering glasses. These are my safety glasses. They keep me safe. If you're actually soldering, please use real safety glasses. I'm just a cheapskate. I have my Temu lenses. Okay. Now. Hold on. Where's the claw at? Where's the metal claw? I'm gonna use the metal claw to hold my wire in place. All right. We have that connected. Let me look really close, make sure it's in place. Yeah. All right. Oh man. Now for the anxiety session. No, no, stay in place. No, oh my god, it moves. I need a vice grip or something. I know this helping hands thing exists, but I didn't want to use one. Like, let me test this by like tapping. Okay. Now. Oh no. Can I get like a rock and hold it here? I got like a large stone. Can I use caveman technology? Primitive, like what the first soldering people would have used? Stones and sticks. Alright. Oh dear God. Stay still. I'm going to start tweaking. I hate this. I hate this so much. This angers me. This is angering me to no end. I'm unplugging a battery. I don't want batteries near this thing again. I don't want to replay. Oh my God, just stay in place. You have one job. Dear God. Why? Why must you be so difficult? Why must you be the hated child of electronic wires? Like, what is with you? Is it because I Frankenstein you together? Is that what it is? Are you mad at me? My electronics are going through, like, teenage angst, and it's getting on my nerves. Stop that. Where's something I can use to hold this in place? Because I'm going to commit violence if this continues. I'm going to be honest, it keeps on moving. Just hobo setup, I need you to function for like 2 seconds. That's all I need. Just stay in place. Oh my God. You know what? Actually, the guy who said soldering was satisfying is a freaking liar. It's the most anxious and annoying thing I've ever done in my life. Filthy freaking liar. He's full of poo. That's what he is. The guy who said, oh yeah, try soldering. It's so relaxing and therapeutic, and it moved. You know what? You know what? Inner Peace, Nirvana, the band, all that other fun stuff. Oh, it's a lie. Yes, I've been lied to, Aiden. They lied to me. He was like, oh yeah, soldering, one of the most satisfying things to ever do. Had a lovely time doing it. And I'm like, you filthy liar. He's a cretin. Soldering being satisfying was just a lie told by Big Solder to sell more solder. That's what it was. Because this sucks. But super glue is nicer to me. And that's saying something. You know, screw it. Where's my super glue? I tried it the right way. Now I'm doing it the wrong way. I need 2 batteries to be able to run this test while I'm super gluing. I need a positive and negative battery. Let's try this. Ready? Oh, these aren't even going to stay in place, are they? Nothing is staying in place today. And it's really fun. You know what I'm going to put on my throne page, actually? Where like people can like buy things and like send it to me and like mystery gifts. I'm putting a freaking vice grip on there. I'm putting a vice grip on my throne page because I'm starting to lose my mind. This is driving me mad. I'm putting something useful on there. Gosh. I'm going through it over here. This is every time I move my hand, my hands shake and I can't hold the solder in place. And it's getting on my nerves because I'm trying to do this correctly, right? Because if I mess this up, it's so small. This is what I get for the hobo setup, honestly. This is what I get. This is what I get for trying to solder instead of using breadboards first, like a normal like person. But no, I want to like make everything out of scrap. I want to be unique. This is what I get. This is what I get for being not like other girls. I'm not like other girls. I never used breadboards. I soldered everything to old circuit boards. Look where that got me. Look what it's done. Okay. We got this. You know what today might end up being? Today might end up being, we have this project that I've been wanting to make. Hey, it's perfectly fine, Bob. You missed me accidentally making an explosive, but you're okay. You're okay, Bob. Don't worry. It's good to see you. Happy to see you're here. I'm slowly losing my mind trying to make this flying drone. And I don't have, my hands won't stay still, and I don't have a vise to hold it in place. So it's like, if I try and make this thing, I'm going to mess it up. I'm doing well, thank you for asking, and I hope you're doing well. I'm glad to see that you are. I just read that in the wrong way entirely. I read that backwards. Anyway, happy to hear that you're doing well. Good to hear. Really good, really great. That being said, we might do something different. Instead of making the drone thing, we could just do a little bit of tinkering for now. We'll keep the drone on the back burner. It's another back burner project. It's a bit too advanced for me at the moment. I don't understand it yet. And I want to learn. So we're going to shift everything to the side. Grab all these tiny screws that are so small that I can barely see them. Why are they so small? Grab all those fun little parts like that. And we're just going to put them all right here. Where are the rest of them? There were so many more. Where did they go? Oh, dear God. They're gone. I'm concerned. Where did I put it? Where did they... Wait, where did the ones I just had go? What? What? I'm losing it, Bob. It was right there, and now they're all gone. What? How does that even... What? Okay, then. Alright, I guess they're just gone. I guess they just don't exist anymore. They ceased to exist. Am I crazy? Were they here? Were they even here to begin with? I had all of them. What? Alright then. Today is just confusion. Today is the day of confusion and anxiety and almost blowing up. Today is not a good day, apparently. The creative process is not on my side today. We're going to just put this right here. We're going to grab my funny little glasses I use when soldering. We're going to put those up here. I am so confused. How does that even work? How did they disappear? I don't understand. I'm baffled. Flabbergasted even. I do not comprehend how something that was like right here just of existence. I had all the screws in a little pile right here. Are they in my pocket? What? One sec. My sister was telling me that they were all going to the lake to feed the fish and stuff before it starts raining. But yeah. How? How does it do that? Does anyone know? How's there one over here? How did you get over there? What? They're everywhere. Like, I'm cursed. It's all. That's my only, like, it's the only way to explain it. I think I'm just cursed. Like, I can have everything I need, and then I blink, and it's just gone. It's like some ancient deity. I angered it somehow, and everything's just... I blink, and everything disappears. Why is there one here? But then there's not one over there. Is this even the right screw? You know what? I don't even know. I'm going to be honest. I feel crazy. I just feel... I feel goofy, I'm going to be honest. Alright, you know what? That's fine. The flabbergasted streamer session has happened. And boy, did it work. Alright. So. Alright. Anything you guys want to talk about while I try and get my thoughts back together? I'm perfectly open to small talk. I would love to hear about how y'all's days were going, all that fun stuff. We like talking here. So, if you have anything you want to say, please do say it. Goodness. All right. I'm just going to drink some water. I don't understand how I had a complete and total lapse in my memory. Sorry if this sounds horrible. It's a crank generator. It makes electricity. Basically, there's a magnet in here, and what happens when you turn it is, it, like, I forgot how it works. I forgot how to, I can't, it's not magic. It's not magic. If you guys know what these things are, I have a good example of one, actually. One that still works. A crank flashlight. See, it's a flashlight that when you crank it, it gains more power. You see? And this, I actually use this whenever our power goes out because of storms. I like collecting like rechargeable flashlights like that. Not ones with batteries, but like crank generators. I do want to get a shake flashlight, like one of the ones where you shake it and it lights up. I want to get one of those. I might actually end up building one on stream based off a video game, like roughly based off one. I think that would be fun. Because if you know the horror game Tattletale, like the little like Furby toy or whatever, in that game you have a shake flashlight. And I think that would be really fun to do, is like make one. And I actually, Bob, I have been learning about circuitry and like electronic components. I've learned about 2 of them so far, and like I'm learning about how things work in parallel. I'm still trying to figure out like the math for the electricity part, but I'm learning what the little doohickeys do. And if I can learn what the little doohickeys do, I have plenty of them, so I could probably just like, desolder them and try attaching them to my own thing. Like basically trial and error, right? And I can slowly make my own thing to do something like entirely different. But yeah. And when I do that, I actually intend on actually building robots and like things that are meant to do stuff instead of just like little things like this that burn up or possibly explode. Because I don't want to make things that explode. I want to make things that work, right? And the only way to make something that works is to know what you're like doing. So that being said, even though the videos about it are ridiculously boring, I still need to learn about it. Yo, it's Chuck. Hi, Chuck. You missed me accidentally making an explosive. For context, I was trying to solder the wires back connected to the battery, and I accidentally ended up touching the battery pack with this, and that heated up and it made it puff up. Anyway, so the battery's inside of a little metal coffin somewhere now. So, because they said when batteries heat up like that, put them in a fireproof container. And I'm like, well, the most fireproof thing I own is a metal coffin. So I just went. But yeah, so that's fun. And I am learning about like actual electronic components now. I'm going to have to force myself to do it because I know I don't want to. It's really boring. No, you're not. You're not the only one watching it. It's like, it's all messed up like that. For context, it's a really weird and glitchy stream. So like the messages don't send through all the time, and then the view counter doesn't work most of the time either. So it's just sometimes you can be like, oh yeah, you're the only person watching, and then it's like, oh yeah, you're actually watching with 6 people, but one person just like none of them are typing. It's weird. YouTube live streams are weird like that. But what can you do? Anyway, yeah. I intend on building robots now because, yes. Do I know Squid Game? Yes. Yes, I do know Squid Game. Do you have any suggestions for that? Do you want me to build something from Squid Game? Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Where did my pen go? What? Why is everything I own disappearing? Everything disappeared. There. Is this my pen? Is this the right one? Okay, it came to Fortnite. Oh, wow. I've never played Fortnite. I don't play competitive games anymore. Oh wait, can I hit you guys with some of my future project ideas since I started writing them down? We have a collapsible door for my friend in Brazil. I want to build him a door that I can send to him. You wish you could show me? It's fine. I want to make if you know Team Fortress 2, I want to make a Team Fortress 2 like dispenser or a turret. Like one of those things from the game. I want to make something from Secret of the Mimic. You know that new FNAF game that came out. I want to make, if you guys know the game Dead Space, I want to make the laser cutter from that, like an actual working like laser cutter. Like, well, technically it's a plasma cutter in the game, but I want to make a laser thing like that. I want to make a large Furby, like about this big, like a giant Furby. I want to make if you guys know the game BioShock, I want to make the drill hand from BioShock, but like actually have it powered like a gas engine or something. So I can actually do something with it and like actually have it like work and deal a little bit of damage to something. I want to be able, but like for that project, I want to be able to like knock open like a wall and like the Kool-Aid Man using that thing. I want to make something from an 8-bit game in real life that actually like has a function and actually does stuff. I want to make the flashlight from the old horror game Tattletale, the shake flashlight. I want to make that. I want to actually build Tattletale, the little toy from that game. And I want to make a gay water gun. For context, it'd be a water gun with multiple different water tanks that have different colored water in it. And if I were to build it properly, it should make like, and I like were to arrange them, it should make just a wall of rainbow water if they don't mix, which is the idea. So like, hopefully if I were able to do it, I could make it where they don't all mix and they don't just make like black or brown or something. But yeah, those are some of the future ideas. If you have any you want to suggest, I will gladly write them down. And then there's another one that I don't have on here, but I do want to make a robot that I designed when I was 7. Because I remember the design for him. There was actually 3 robots. They were called the bellhops, is what I called them. And they were like little helpful ones. One was like this tall little doorman. He would let you know if somebody's like at your door. He'd like talk. If you got it, you give me thank you. I'd appreciate that, but I don't have it. But I appreciate the sentiment, Chuck. Much appreciated, my friend. Thank you. We should make the Squid Game robot. Like that red light, green light one. And we should make it where like it fires a Nerf dart at you or something. I'm writing that down. I'm writing that down. Hold on. Squid Game doll shoots at you. All right. We wrote that down. But yeah, I gotta force myself. You have a good idea? You know my robot? If you're gonna build Chuck and you're gonna wait, that'd actually be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. Like, okay, for context, Chuck was supposed to be like just his own little like robot with a little bit of personality, but not like ChatGPT AI, because I don't vibe with ChatGPT in the slightest. I don't mess with that. I don't like the idea of like an AI being connected to the internet in the slightest. I mean, look what people are doing. We got people dating chatbots. But anyway, other than that, and the fact that like people are, it's just weird. It's just really weird. Anyway, I also don't like the fact that there's a lot of YouTubers that I watch who used to come up with their ideas on their own, you know, or like they used to like do like their viewers' comments and stuff. Just suddenly, whenever they run into an issue with their project, where it's like, oh man, what have I done so far? Well, again, before I can even build Chuck, I need to learn about circuitry. So that's what I've been doing these past couple days. I've been watching and learning about stuff. And I do want to learn everything I can about it, like at least the basics, right? Like, then I'm going to like start actually prototyping my own design ideas using all these little parts and doodads off the circuit boards if I can remove them properly. Or I'll just have to like set up on my throne page. Because I made a throne because there was viewers who wanted to send me stuff, so I made the throne thing so that they could. And I'm gonna put like electronic parts on the throne page as well. That way I can just have like some like components mailed to me and stuff, and I can use them for projects. But after I learned enough about these, I want to make Chuck. Yes, he's gonna. Okay, here's the question. When I make Chuck, because Chuck is going to be more advanced than like he's going to be more advanced than like some of my earlier projects. What I want to do is, well, here I'm going to give you 3 different robots. All right, I have 3 different robots for like my first actual moving robots that I'm going to hit you with. Not actually hit you with the robot, but you know what I mean, right? We have the doorman, which is like a little doll who's definitely going to be the first one I make because he's like really simple. He's a little guy who walks around at your door. Well, doesn't walk around. He can walk, but he greets people, right? He's like, hello, and like he connects to like another device, and you can like choose whether or not to let people in. And he's voice activated, and he has cameras in his eyes, so he can tell if someone's like breaking into your house as well. Then we have the comedian, which was like a little kid's toy I designed, which was another one, which was one of those 3 bellhops. It had like a little hat that'd pop up on a spring and a bow tie that would spin after he tells like a joke or something. And basically you could learn more jokes over time, like store them. Then we have the helper, which was a tall, human-sized, like one of these guys, with it was like aluminum skeleton, and he uses pulleys and stuff, and he has like ball joints in his wrists, so he can like pick up dishes and all that, and like put things up for you. And he would be more advanced, like definitely more advanced, because he'd have his own AI, and it would basically just be programmed to tell if something is like a dish or not, or like, you know, a doorway, right? Basically just made to help old people. That's what he'd be made to do. But he's nothing like, oh yeah, it can connect to internet. None of these robots connect to internet. None of them do that kind of thing. Because I personally think if these guys have their own personalities, I want to be the one who makes their personality, you know? Like, I don't want this thing that I make and design to be linked back to some rich company who's like, oh yeah, we made this AI program and then we stole from people with it for years. And we've like, everybody's using it. I don't want that. I don't want my stuff to be built upon that. And I'm really, really biased because I just think it's disgusting. Like, I can understand, oh yeah, artificial intelligence, but like, there's a limit, you know? And personally, I like the idea of being able to have these guys have their own personality that's not based upon some other person's code or like some other person's design, you know? I also hate when rich companies that make robots try and make them human and give them like rubber skin because that just is wrong. Why can't you make a silly little box or something like that? Or a silly little like tin can robot who's like, hello, and like make it really advanced? Why do you need to make it look like a person? It doesn't feel right. It's just weird. It's not cool. It's not quirky. That's just like iRobot, bro. That's like Terminator. I don't like it. Anyway, my insane rant about my robot designs aside, I do fully intend on making my little guy. Exactly. Why? Why would they make it out of that material? It just feels wrong. Exactly. Oh, by the way, the bellhops, they're going to look like... Okay, hold on. Let me try and sketch one out for you real quick from memory. I'm going to try and sketch like what one of the... I'll sketch out the doorman real quick. All right. On the back of this old paper. Let's see if I can do this. I've not drawn in months. All right. I'm doing a little sketch, just a little one, you know? Give him a silly little nose, a little LED light mouth that looks like a little cartoon character. He has like that old cartoon style teeth, you know, where like they're just lines and like a little weird peanut shape. Hey Asia, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm not the best at drawing anymore. I've not done it in a long time, and I've also not drawn this little goofball in like years. You know, I made him when I was 7. But personally, I think I can give him an upgrade. In fact, he's not going to be bald anymore. He's going to have some like little plastic hair or something, you know? His head's weird shape, but in like the final design, his head's going to be a perfect circle. Anyway, so this is what they would look like. They have little faces. Hold on. I don't know how well y'all can see that on the stream. Maybe if I move closer. Yeah, you see that? This is like a really bad looking design, like a bad drawing of what he would look like. It looks better than like 7-year-old me's drawing for it. But basically, I want him to have a little red nose as an LED light in it, and all that good stuff. Hey Eva, how's it going? Hi Asia, how's it been? I'm doing good. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Y'all did miss earlier the live stream when I was working on the drone. I accidentally touched the battery with my soldering iron, and it puffed up and almost blew up. And it may or may not currently be inside of a little tiny metal box in case it explodes. But I have decided that I want to learn more about circuitry. So when I end the live stream, I'm going to be watching videos and learning more about it so I can design my own robots. Because I have some like designs for little guys that I made when I was like 7. I had like, funny enough, 7-year-old me was a complete and total nerd. I was building clockwork like devices and machines and stuff, and basically I had like entertainment robots that I built as well, like when I was little. I don't have any of like the old papers anymore because it's been 7, like not even 7 years. Let's say I was 7 years old. It's been 11 years. But I was sitting down the other day, and when I was designing one of like Narcbot, the little like doll that would sit in the side passenger seat of the car and tell you whenever there's a cop nearby when you're speeding, I like drew his face and I was like, wait, this reminds me of something. And I sat there and I thought, and then I remembered like all of the old robot designs that I made when I was young. So yeah, I have an idea for what I'm going to be building. Plus, since he's like a little action figure, basically, like the first one anyway, the doorman, and he just like moves his arm up and down, you know, to like a little wave as well. Maybe we can like put a little wave in him. He's going to be pretty easy to make. He should be. I think the most difficult part with him will be figuring out like the sensors that he has, like in his eyes. Do we want to put like an actual camera or like a motion sensor? What do you guys think? I want your opinion. Do we want to do motion detected or like camera? Because I feel like one of these is going to be more complex than the other. I'll wait a little bit for y'all's opinions to come in on the thing. I do have to. I always hate waiting on camera. All right. All right, so we got camera. All right. I'll write it down. I'll write it down. Also, since he's like one of 3 robots, I think there was a 4th one, but I don't remember it. And then there was a bunch of like ones that I made like a year later, like designs for them, like different guys that weren't actually like the bellhops. And these were entertainment robots for a like Halloween themed pumpkin patch and like farm setting. There was the farmer, there was the tractor, which it was like a big old hulking robot about like, let's see, it was big enough to carry 2 people on its shoulders. And it was made to like walk through the cornfields and stuff. And like take people on tours basically. And that's definitely a much further future robot that I want to make with like scrap. But since we don't have the funding to make him yet, we will be making the small guys first, you know? We'll make the small guys and maybe the one that's like as tall as a person. Because like those guys are made of plastic. We'll make those guys first. They're much more simple. And then we will upgrade over time. We'll also make the viewers' ideas and silly little guys during the in-between areas and make stuff from video games. And yeah, I want to be known as the person who makes whatever I feel like making, you know? I want to make some of the coolest robots, and I want to make some of the, like, weirdest ones. I'm going to have to learn coding. I don't want to learn coding, but I'm going to have to. Or I can get around it by having them all have, like, preset motions that they do. Like, when one thing's powered, it powers another thing, and it does like that. And, like, if you press a button, like, Actually, I like that. I like that idea. I think I'm going to go with that. Because, like, all these old designs I made used pulleys, funny enough. Like, they used a motor that would spin and then pull a string, like, inside the arm to, like, make the arm go like that. And then it used gravity to let it back down. So, if we do that and we have, like, strings and pulleys, we could probably have some springs in there as well to make them move just a little bit faster, which I think would be pretty cool. All right, now here's the idea. Now here's the question. When I make these, like, future robots, do I want to make them safe? With the, you know, oh yeah, they move slow, they have all these tiny little servos in them. Or do I want to make something that can shamble and like move at like a sprint? Because that will determine how we go about this. Do I want safe robot or do I want robot that can run and like crawl on all 4s? Safe knowing my luck. What's my name? Bex. I go by Bex. That's what I'm pulling. You know, Markiplier goes by Mark. Bexley, I go by Bex. What's good? That's basically that. That's it. It doesn't go any deeper, Chuck. No more deeper lore to me. Safe one? All right. We'll go with safe. Now, that being said, I can't promise that we will go with safe when the time comes. But we will try. We will try our best to go with safe. And yeah. And I do want to build one that can punch a hole in the car. I do want to have one that just like stands and just like, because like I have a favorite game, which Daps knows about because I've ranted and rambled about it for like the longest, and I've been designing one, and I've been like figuring out the concepts for how it moves using like car springs and stuff like that, and like counterweights, and it's a whole lot of stuff. Anyway, I do want to make one that can throw like a punch, like a boxer, and move that way. So that one won't be safe, but that's okay because that's a far future project or current. The robot fighting one. Yes, the boxing robot. I want to build him. I'm going to build him. And You see, there's a reason why it's a future project, because it's unless I miraculously come into a large surplus of metal, or I come upon, that's a better word, come upon, yeah, that is free, then yeah, they equipped it right. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I might not be able to equip robots with like electricity powers or like dark matter from like the boxing game, but I think I can make one that hits hard. I think I can do that much. Like I'm confident enough in my own ability to make stupid things that I could probably make that. That being said, I'm going to have to go through the painful process of learning circuitry. And God, do you know, learning circuitry is not that bad. But the only issue is, like, it's not hard for me to understand. It's not that. It's the whole. Every guy I watch who talks about it is like, "All right, guys," and like they're so boring about it. Also, make that it doubles up, bro. I don't think, honestly, it does, and like it's not. I wouldn't even have to turn the thing on. I mean, like realistically, if someone was going to break into my home, right, and they look in my backyard, or like they come through my front door, and they see a metal man with spiked like boxing gloves on, I'm leaving if I was going to break into a house like that. I'm a level with you because I don't want any of the smoke. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'd want to deal with any of that. And like, imagine if the thing suddenly turns on and starts walking towards. No, I'm leaving, buddy. I'm not robbing that house. I'm quitting a life of crime forever. It's done for. But like, what would? But like, if that thing actually had to like turn on and be used to defend against something, I think it'd probably do pretty fine, considering when I'm done with it, I want it to be able to dent in like the entire front end of a car by the time I'm done building it. So it should be fine. It should be fine. Unless it's like I'm angered like a mafia or something, or like a military, I think I'd be okay. But if I did anger like a military or contractor or something like that, I'd probably just build more of them, or like be like, hey, I can design you guys something if you give me money. Shut the front door. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Just like I'm done. I'm done. It's over. Life of crime immediately ended after seeing robot prepared to beat me into the ground. Actually, for the home defense one, I could probably build like I could upgrade the helper bot that I was talking about with one of my other viewers earlier in the stream, and like I could just make it where I could just walk up to you and just like full on pimp slap you. That'd be kind of funny. That'd be kind of fun. Like just a robot walks over in the shadows, just out of sight where you can't really see it, and it just knocks some sense into you. Let me check the time. How's the time looking? All right, one sec. I gotta mute. I gotta do something. Hey chat, I'm back. It's 1:21 p.m. for you. Ah, I see. Well then. Alright. So what I was gonna say, now that I've come back, is important question. Should we invest in a 3D printer? Like with the channel thing. Should like on the throne page? Should I put a 3D printer on there and allow like group funding? That way we can like over time we might end up being able to afford it or something. That way we can expand upon the parts that we have. So if we need a piece, we can just like 3D model it and then like send it to the 3D printer and have it printed. I really think it would be. I think it would be. I think I'm gonna do that. You're not me. You're not Beck Zombie. Nuh-uh. Lies. You sit upon a throne of lies, false me. You can never be as unsafe as I am. I'm sorry to tell you. Like, dang. I don't know. I don't know. It's happened all over again. The false me. No, you're not. You are not the real me. Buddy. I don't know, man. You are not the real Beck Zombie. Yeah, I know it's Chuck. I just checked the channel activity to figure out who you were. Figured it out. Don't worry. Anyway, yeah, I'm thinking of putting putting a 3D printer on the throne page. Like, should we go for like the cheaper 3D printer? I feel like that would probably be like a smarter idea. Just one that like I can use to print out like basic parts and stuff. Like the most default one we got. Do I have a number? Do I have a number one top fan? No, because I feel like that causes I feel like that causes issues. Now, with that, because it's I don't know. I just think it's a bad idea to have that. Personally, I like talking to everybody who joins. I try and keep up with like who they are and trying to remember, but it does get difficult considering how many people there are. I can't admit, but I don't want to try and pick like a top fan because that would just be wrong personally. Don't like the idea of doing that. I'm currently looking around for like something that I can work with and tinker on while we're talking. What we got? Got a plasma lighter. Ooh. Pretty cool. I like my plasma lighter. It's a good lighter. I use it to melt plastic. Anyway. I think if I do end up making like a basic like circuit after learning like circuitry and all that and about the parts, I think one of my first basic circuits I want to try and make is going to be something using this, like maybe some some power cell that shows me how much electricity I'm generating, like on like a strip of LED lights or something. That way we can see like just a visualizer, you know. And it's really really basic. It's like elementary school level like circuit board stuff from what I can tell. But considering I'm just starting out with it, I feel like that's perfectly reasonable. And then as we learn more and more, we can make it more and more unhinged. You guys know what I mean? Also, I like this thing. It's fun. It's fun to use. Popping my neck. Alright, let me see if the chat thing is still working. It should still be working. Alright. Yeah. I think it's still working. Or at least it doesn't look broken at the moment. Though my phone is starting to die. And I do kind of need to hop on to, like, learning more about, like, the circuitry and stuff. So I can actually do stuff with it instead of just talking. So, since today's stream isn't the most productive, I hope you guys do not mind. I do intend on streaming tomorrow. I will always be sending out a message before I do it. If you guys have notifications turned on for the channel, you guys will know when to join. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream for today and go and convert the previous streams from the past few days into VODs, or like make them public so I can get the watch time from them, because that's how YouTube lets me do that. So, oh, yep, phone's on 15%. It just showed me that. Nice. All right, well, thank y'all for viewing. I hope y'all have a lovely day, and see y'all next time.